Last time in my second article, I shared a list of indicators that demonstrated strong staff student relationships. One of the items on the list was that staff and students would have a mutual respect for one another. If I reflect on my years as a student, I have to admit that I was taught what respect for adults entailed. I knew how I was to speak to them, how I was to treat them, and how I was to think of them. And this was reinforced, and rightly so, at school and at home. I do not know, however, if I ever heard of what respect for students looked like. So in this little podcast, I'd like to expand on what I mean when I refer to respect for students. To respect students begins with creating a culture of positivity. Teachers who respect students will not only want students to succeed, but will believe that students are capable of success. To hold to the unwavering belief that each student is able to find success requires teachers to not allow certain beliefs to creep into their practice. Beliefs that are destructive to respect for students should have no place in teacher thought. They include any adherence to the idea that race, socioeconomic status, language, beliefs, or other background factors either enhance or reduce a student's possibility to achieve great things. Each student needs to be viewed as having great potential, and no student should have perceived limitations placed on them. With an unwavering belief in students, a teacher will know that their practice can take a struggling student and help them grow academically, intellectually, and socially. Staff members who respect students will do everything in their power to help a student achieve his or her dreams. That is why teachers celebrate the small positive steps they see in students. That is why strong teachers reflect on the needs of each student. That is why great teachers try to understand each student by recognizing their individuality and their learning needs. So some common indicators of staff members who respect students include the following. They listen to students. They only use humor that is positive. They celebrate student success. They take an interest in their students' dreams. They provide feedback that fosters greater growth, and they demonstrate their belief in students by maintaining high expectations. On the other hand, disrespect for students will include the following indicators. Student voice doesn't matter. Negative and sarcastic humor is utilized. Student mistakes are emphasized. Student dreams are unidentified and ignored. Feedback is meant to demean students, and high expectations are minimized to compensate for a lack of belief in students. The unintended benefit of a strong respect for students is that students cannot but help respect staff members who model respect. Mutual respect becomes a way of being in student-centered schools.